Okay, this is my 14-week pregnancy update. For those of you who didn't know, I am pregnant. And I have my notes here. I found out I was pregnant. Okay, I found out February 18th. And it's crazy because I went to the hospital like 2 days before that with a toothache, and they prescribed me Tramadol and penicillin. I was able to take the penicillin, but I kept throwing up the Tramadol. Like, what in the world? Why am I throwing this up? I don't get it. And the crazy part is the hospital didn't even give me a pregnancy test. They asked me if I was pregnant. I was like, no, because I didn't know I was pregnant. And they just took my word for it. Anyways, so I found out February 18th. I actually took the pregnancy test at home. I had a home pregnancy test, and it was positive, and I was very shocked. So I went to the health department and got a free pregnancy test, which they give you documentation. They give you paperwork saying, here's your proof of pregnancy. So whenever you go here or there, you may qualify for free stuff or whatever based on if you're pregnant or not. And that's what that paperwork is for. So, yeah, that's basically that's what that was for. And then here's what my huge problem was insurance. I had insurance. Comes to find out, I had insurance, but I had, like, you know how you get car insurance and you just get liability on your vehicle? Well, that's basically what I had. I had like the bare minimum health insurance, which didn't cover pregnancy or anything. So I had to switch over to one that paid for what I need throughout my pregnancy, all my doctor's visits and stuff. So I did that, and that took, like, they messed it up like 100 times, but they finally got it right in March. Like, it took them a whole month to actually switch the port. Like, I was calling every week, like, and the problem was my doctor wouldn't see me without it. And this is an excellent doctor. Like, I went to this OB clinic when I was pregnant with my last baby, and they're just super amazing. They do not poke and prod and all that stuff like a lot of other doctors do, like all the time, checking you, check your cervix, do the they don't do all that stuff. So, well, it's not needed. And they do sit down and talk with you if you have any concerns, because I noticed, like, some doctors, they're on a time schedule. They don't, you know, you feel rushed and all this. So the same OB clinic, OBGYN clinic, they gave me a DVD for the gender reveal. So it was kind of like, I'm going in to get the gender checked. I know most people get their gender checked around 18 weeks. Well, this clinic actually, or this office, waits till you're 20 weeks so they can check all the, you know, check the organs, make sure everything's proper, functioning properly, 10 fingers, 10 toes, and make sure there's no cleft palate, water in the head. You know, they want to do all that at once, and that's more clear to see at 20 weeks. And then they give you a DVD of the entire process. So at any time I was able to watch my baby Lillian on DVD. Oh, look at Lillian. So this is the DVD that they give us. She's just a kicking. And still be kicking. Which I thought was totally amazing. And when I posted the video on Facebook online, everybody's like, oh my goodness, how'd you get that DVD? How do you know? I'm like, oh, totally awesome doctor's office. Like, I'm pretty sure it's extremely expensive, but my insurance covers it 100%. So it's a really good office. Anyways, so at this point, I am 14 weeks, so I am in my second trimester. 14 weeks, for those of you who don't like doing the math, is exactly 3.5 months pregnant. And at this stage, I always read the week to week for my pregnancy. What's poppin' this week is my baby's genitals are fully developed. Yay! So in this case, hopefully it's a boy. I was gonna say something else, but for lack of a better term, I hope that this is a boy. We really want a boy. Also, the baby can grimace and smile. And the baby has, I don't know how to pronounce this word. I'm gonna say lanugo. It's a downy coat of hair that covers the baby completely. It's not your baby's not a wolf baby, but it's to keep them warm in there until they like get more fat on their bodies. And also, so once the baby starts getting fat, then the hair sheds. And usually before you give birth, they shed the majority of that hair. And guess what? With this hair coming in, the eyebrows are coming in. So right now my baby's eyebrows can be on fleek. Not this. Can't speak for mine right now. I should have done mine before I recorded, but I don't really wear makeup often, so hopefully my baby's eyebrows look better than mine right now. Also, the baby stopped jerking and the movements are smooth, so they have smooth movements instead of once I hit 8 weeks, the crazy part is I already felt the baby's flutters. And I looked it up online, and there were a lot of people who felt their babies move at 8 weeks. So I was like, oh my goodness, because I thought, am I tripping? I know I'm not tripping. So even at 14 weeks now, I feel my baby move. It's not every single day or whatnot, but I feel flutters, and it's usually like an hour or so after I eat. So I think I'm having another piggy baby. I already have 2 babies that are pigs. Anyways, also, the baby has reflexes. So if I was to poke my stomach, I could startle my baby. They would be like, oh, I'm being poked. So also in this trimester, this is the second trimester, ligament pains. Yes, I feel them. I feel the pulling, and I had talked to my doctor on the last visit, which was last week. I talked with my doctor about the pains, and she was like, that is completely normal. I didn't feel these pains in my other successful pregnancies until like towards the end of the 3rd trimester. Then I started feeling all the pains of like around the abdominal area. And so this is a first for me. And she was like, it's totally normal stretching. I said, it should be used to stretching. Like, we've been through this body. Stop acting brand new. I just had, my daughter's 1. I just had a baby in 2014. There's no reason why you should be acting like you don't know what it feels like to stretch. So anyways, also dizziness. So like, I keep forgetting that I'm this far along in the pregnancy, and I'm sitting down and I'll pop up, like just stand straight up and start walking, and then halfway into the walk I realize, oh my goodness, I'm lightheaded. I think I'm gonna pass out. I have to remember, get up slow. So I have to remember to get up slow and take my time going from here to there. And then I am showing. I am humongous. But it's the same as my last pregnancy, which I got humongous real quick. This is me at 2 months pregnant with Lillian. And that's only 2 months. And then this is what I look like at 9 months pregnant with Lillian. Water buffalo status. So here are some pictures of my belly now. Yes, and I could stand up and show you, but it's just gonna be no. My appointment was March 21st, my first appointment. They did all this blood work. They asked me if I wanted to do like AIDS, HIV testing, and I'm like, it was an option, so I was like, no. And so they were like, okay, that's fine, but if you don't get HIV tested when your baby is born, we're gonna go ahead and test the baby. Hold up. You ain't gotta threaten my unborn child. It ain't in. Go ahead and test me. Go ahead and test me. You're not gonna be poking my baby. No. Threatening my unborn child. Go. So I got all the blood work done, HIV testing and everything. And the wonderful thing about this clinic is you can log on. They have special portals. You can log on and you can check your own results of everything, all the testing. So I went there for my last pregnancy. So how about I can look at all my old results, like my blood sugar tests and stuff that I failed horribly. And of course, the thing that did come back negative or bad was vitamin D. And they said, well, you need to take vitamin D pills. I said, I kind of already figured this. I still had plenty of vitamin D pills because my last pregnancy, I had to take them. And she said, ma'am, it's not a pregnancy thing. You don't have enough vitamin D, period. And after you have this baby, you might want to continue taking it. They gave me an ultrasound. Yay. And see, when you get your first ultrasound, they said you have to be at least 8 weeks, is what they want, you know. So, for those of you who don't know, this may be TMI, but I think the majority of everybody on here are grown folk, women folk. They know, they have kids, that they don't, your very first ultrasound, your baby is so tiny that they don't usually do it on top of the stomach. They probe you. Well, this doctor didn't. So they didn't probe me. They did it from on top of my stomach. And they got a decent picture, but the problem with the picture is it's so itty bitty, so tiny. But that's fine, because I'll get another ultrasound in June when the baby's big. So I got an ultrasound. Here is the ultrasound picture. Here's my baby boy. Well, we don't know. We're just hoping. I find out the gender around June 10th. That's when I will be 20 weeks. And they will do that ultrasound. And also, my face has been breaking out horribly. As you can see, it's probably been bothering you like the whole film, because it bothers me. But I don't pop my pimples. Like, I can wash my face and wash my face. But that one is just, at first it looked like a mosquito bite on my face. I was like, what in the world? And you know, I live in South Carolina. They got mad mosquitoes out here. I was like, man, my face was sore. Like, that thing is humongous. Like, it's gonna suck my whole face in. My next appointment is May sometime. I think May 20th or something like that. And let's take a gander. Ooh, today is May 1st. Okay, my next doctor's appointment is May 16th. So, I will do another update video around that time. And then they will give me the appointment for... Then they will give me the appointment for my ultrasound. So excited. so excited, which I think will end up being around June 10th because that is when I am exactly 20 weeks. I'm just looking at my calendar. You probably can't even see it. There we go. Yeah. June 10th is 20 weeks, 5 months pregnant. So, yeah. So I'm going to think of some things I want you guys to participate. I'm gonna go ahead and do like a poll for those of you who think that I am having a female versus those who think I am having a male, and then we'll do some kind of gender reveal video, and then maybe also I can do a video on like the Mythbusters. Like, you do all these things that people say, if you do this, you're having a boy. If you do that, you're having a girl. We should try some of those things before we know what the gender is and see how many of those things work or don't work, because it could be a coincidence. Who knows? So those are some things to come in the future. Stay tuned. Already, and I'm only 3.5, so you probably see my shorts that are right here. That's what that indent is. So I'm going to be huge again. So stay tuned if you want to follow me on this wonderful pregnancy journey, and thumbs up if you like this video. If you have input, comment, and subscribe.